Thank you. Good morning, everyone. I'm starting the day here at Pike Street Coffee, which is kind of below Pike Place Market between the aquarium. It's like halfway between the aquarium and the actual market. It's kind of like tucked in here. Hard to find, but it is peaceful, nice. Got some nice music. We kind of got a little curated shop here in the back. Never been here before. I've been to hundreds of Seattle coffee shops, and this is my first time in this one. Got myself an iced latte. Even though it's still cold out, I had to get an iced drink because I had dental work this week, and so I pretty much have not put anything, food or drinks, and especially hot beverages, on this side. So I've been drinking cold coffee all week, which just makes me dread having to go outside. All right, so we got the coffee. Here's the plan today. We're gonna head up into Pike Place Market. It's still early enough here where the market's not even open. I think it's one of the best times to come to Pike Place Market is before it actually opens, because there's nobody here and you get to see everyone loading in, and it's just a little bit more peaceful and quiet, and it's nice just like get a pastry, walk around with your coffee, and you don't get all the shops in the stores, but you still feel the energy of Pike Place Market, and you get a little bit more space, which for a local, that's kind of nice for me. I'm shocked more locals don't do this in the morning routine. When I used to live downtown, I used to walk through Pike Place Market in the morning and get a coffee, get a pastry, and just go on to work, and I just thought it was the best. It was so cool to be connected with such like a beacon of our city, and as a local, many people know like the locals don't spend as much time here as you think, right, with the traffic and the crowds and everything. So I love just coming down here when there is no crowds. So right now, kind of sitting below the market's above us right now. We're sitting below, but we're gonna go up there and just walk around, get some pastries, try that, and next place I'm going to go is this new bakery here that's on the main street here in Pike Place Market. And they're just like a little walk-up window, but they bake everything fresh. They get here super early in the morning, sell out before the afternoon.
Thank you. We got a little vanilla flan baked inside of our croissant dough, like a little shell. And then it has some fresh macerated berries on top. And then we have one of our savory items is a Calabrian spice goat cheese, and then it's a bunch of fresh asparagus underneath on the little like flat croissant.
Yeah.
And then we have our kumquat, cardamom, apricot, cream cheese croissant. And then we have our little butternut, which is a twist on the croissant. It is our spin on the Rip and Dip bagel cream.
Cool, I like that.
Basically like, yeah, Rip and Dip croissant. And then we got our little savory breakfast. It's got turkey, Swiss, egg, and spinach.
There's so much good stuff.
It's nice and toasted. It's a great like grab and go breakfast.
All right, I'll do one of those.
Love it.
And then I'll also take the butternut with raz jam.
Love it.
Honestly, this place is so underrated. I know that many locals don't come here, and I understand why. It's in the center of the city, so parking's a problem unless you take public transportation, but it's crowded, it's busy, it's all tourists. I get it, but as a local, I think this place is still so magical. There are so many interesting people, interesting food, interesting crafts, businesses. Obviously, the flowers are changing all the time. And just like every day, it's slightly different, but also exactly the same. And I feel very lucky that I get to take advantage of this place. And there are so many locals that live in Seattle, greater Seattle area that have been here like a couple times in their life, and the only time they come down here is when they got family come and visit. And so it does feel special to have that connection. I know a lot of the vendors that work here also feel that same connection. Not only is it just an interesting or good business opportunity to have a flow of potential customers coming by your storefront constantly every day, but there's just a sense of community here, and you see the same faces. It's very interesting to think about a place that it has such high density and high traffic of tourists coming in and coming out, but what stays the same are the people who are working here. It's just like an amusement park with all these people flooding through, but there's always the constant of the people working, and I know there's like a really strong community between a lot of the vendors, creating friendships and hanging out with each other and kind of going through the ups and downs and the annoyances and the blessings that come with working at a place like this. So the primary reason why I love coming to Pike Place Market early in the morning is really moments like this. There's just nobody here. If you come here in the summer in a day, it is just flooded with people going to Marin Sailor, going to the magic shop. But right now, I've seen like one person in here and I've been 5 minutes. So it's a little quieter, it's a little bit more peaceful. The downside is all the shops are closed. So I know if you're coming to Pike Place Market, you want to walk into all these shops and see all the vendors and see all the things. I get it. But if you're here for a couple extra days, do the touristy day and come and see all the shops. But if you just want to come and see Pike Place Market when it's a little more stable, come in the morning, get yourself a pastry, get yourself some coffee, and just like walk around and kind of like feel the place. And as it starts to bloom with all the vendors setting up and people showing up, you really can like start to see it come alive. And so if you're here, if you get here at like 8 a.m. and you stay for like coffee and breakfast, by 10 a.m. it's kind of going crazy again. It's really cool to see the transition of the market come to life in the morning. So it's like 8:45 in the morning, and this is the first tour group of the day, like going up straight into the heart of Pike Place Market. From like this 9 a.m. timeline on, it just like gets really crazy here. Spring, it's tulip season here in the market, and there are quite a lot of tulips. It's one of the prettiest times of the market is the spring because all the flowers. And just look at just colors for days goes on. Bouquets are anywhere from like $25 to $30. Looks like it's, most of the prices here are about $3 a stem for the tulips. Just look at it, it's incredible. So now I'm walking down, it's 9:15 in the morning, and it's already fairly busy. I would say it's not too crowded, you can still get around as I'm walking around people here, but you can see these are the early birds. 9:15 are the early birds for Seattle tourism, and so you can get around a lot easier, but you can start to see it's now getting a lot more crowded. This is my first time here at this overlook park that sits right below Pike Place Market, and it looks onto Puget Sound. And I gotta say, it is more spectacular than I could have ever imagined. There's so many like cool places to sit and just look at the water, look at downtown Seattle. They have like seating spots all around this walkway. One looks onto the pier, which I think is gonna be the World Cup pier. Right now I'm looking south right now towards the stadiums and the Ferris wheel. There's an elevator right over here to my right that drops you right down to the aquarium. It's so cool. Spent billions of dollars to build this thing, I think. Maybe not billions, but millions of dollars to build this thing. And us locals aren't going to get to use it, or we're not going to take advantage of it. We have all the space in the world to use it, but are we going to use it? Who knows? But it is a very cool place. I think sunsets are going to be amazing here, and a great way to start the morning. There used to not be that much down here, and there was a disconnect between like the aquarium and some of these waterfront shops that are down here and Pike Place Market, and it wasn't easy to get to. And now we have this overlook that brings those two together, and they've been updating the ferry terminal, updating the piers, brand new aquarium. Like, this is really a spectacular transformation that the city's been going through. And I get the impression that this is all leading up to the 2026 World Cup, and I know a lot of that is happening down in this area, and I just think it's pretty cool. It's been a lot of pain to get here, a lot of traffic congestion, and obviously a lot of money, but I think this is pretty special. And if I was someone visiting here, I think this would be a pretty cool way to spend the day. Summer here is just gonna be absolutely epic to enjoy the sunsets, the nice weather, look at the water, the breeze coming off of the sound. I approve. This is super cool. So there's like this public drama about this street, specifically Pike Street. So the big controversy with the market is that people want to prevent cars from driving down the street, because as you can see, there are people who aren't from here, aren't familiar with it, who are driving down here, and then there's just thousands of people down in this area trying to get through. Also, my normal thing is I pretty much walk down this street. I almost rarely walk down the sidewalk because the sidewalk is just full of people standing in line at the Starbucks, people looking at the fish throwing, people trying to get me some pastry. It's just walking down the street. It's so much easier if you know where you're going and you're trying to get somewhere. I'm mostly in agreement that this should be blocked off somewhat to cars. I think it'd be worth it to like put some type of gate where like all these trucks that are next to me, like these are all the vendors, right? And so like give them a couple hours in the morning to bring the trucks in, obviously open it up. But when it comes to pedestrian cars, like we just don't need tourists driving down here. See, that feels like unnecessary, and Google Maps will drive you right down the street, which is always a mistake. So if you're watching this video and you're planning to be in a car coming to Pike Place Market, don't drive down the street. Don't get caught by Google Maps coming down Pike. It's just going to be a giant headache for you and potential risk for everybody else. That concludes my morning here at Pike Place Market. Like I said, this place is really special. I think you should take more advantage of it if you can. And I feel very lucky to get to spend as many days as I do in here. And it's very cool. Look at this wall. This wall is so cool. Just like all of these fish.